Let's rock and roll.
Give me the key. Just relax. Heads down, eyes down. This ain't worth dying for.
3 shooters, all ex-military. Not just military. These guys are gunfighters. The Irish Channel to get lost in right there.
FBI robbery task force?
How'd they know?
Let's go get our money. You're a little light, don't you think?
We ain't had no choice.
Tell me more about these brothers.
The younger one was the smart one.
Everybody just calm down.
The older one was the mean one.
So I apologize.
You know, I could be happy to all dead. You've always wanted that warrior's death.
I ain't afraid to die, bro.
I ain't leaving you here with this psychopath.
Ooh, wait! This how you get a party started.
We're never gonna see each other again.
You ain't thinking straight.
I've never been more clear in my whole life.
Did I tell you you were gonna wish you killed me first?
No better brother, no worse enemy. What is going on? It's your boy, Preston, Fat Samurai Guy, back again with another awesome interview here. Holy moly, guacamole. That's right. We have one of the best action movie directors going today, and I've been saying it for years.
Thank you, Preston.
Yeah, man, for years. We have William Kaufman hanging out in the movie Dojo today, baby. William, welcome. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I mean, again, this is a huge honor to have you here. Finally, right?
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. I know you're extremely busy, but we gotta talk action. Why? Because this channel celebrates martial arts, action, horror, and all that stuff and more. And you have dabbled in a little bit of everything, my friend. That's right. You've done some horror action, you've done some thrillers, all that good stuff. That's right. You have a plethora of awesome content out there. And one of my favorite action horror movies of all time is still to this day is Daylight's End. One of my favorites.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I got Dog Soldiers. I got all the Blade. I got all the action horror movie list right there.
Good stuff.
Daylight's End right there. I got the Predator poster up here behind me. You know, I got to represent.
Ooh, I'm happy to be involved in that group. That's great.
That's right. I got to represent Predator. But yeah, man, it's so cool to have you here. Hey, before we get into the channel, baby, before we start talking about that, I got you here for a little bit. I got to ask you, when did you start getting the filmmaking bug, brother?
Man, I was probably as far back as I know, like 6 years old, running around with a little video camera. I was the nerd in the neighborhood trying to make movies my whole life. So it just always had me. I grew up with a dad who was always taking me to the movies. So I grew up on Raiders and anything, Terminator, anything James Cameron, all the Spielberg stuff, the Scott Brothers stuff. So I had a great education. That was clearly the direction I was going to go down.
Nice. That's right. Yeah, you were raised right. That's how we do it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, just really quick, how did the channel come about?
I have a writing partner who said who was my producer, executive producer, and he always had wanted to do a heist film, and he kind of pitched this idea at me, and I was like, I'm down. This is for me. And I tore into it for a couple months, just fighting over the outline and the beat sheet, and then jumped into the script. And a few months later, we were in prep in New Orleans, making it happen.
Nice. Copy that. You have quoted that the channel's a love letter to some of the films of your youth. What's some of those films?
I mean, you'll never guess that Heat is.
I know, right?
I'm a fan of Heat. No, but I mean, True Romance is one of my favorite movies. Anything film noir, it's easier for me to say directors than it is films, and you're never going to get me down to what's my top three.
Yeah.
It's going to be James Cameron. It's going to be Ridley Scott, Tony Scott, Fincher, Michael Mann. I mean, those are the big boys that I look to so much.
Nice. Yeah, classics, man. Man on Fire. I mean, there's so many.
Oh, yeah.
You
And
know,
I forgot George Miller and James Cameron.
Yes, yes. Love George Miller.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, John
fans.
Carpenter. And John Carpenter.
Oh, yeah. John Carpenter. We love John. Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness, They Live. Those are classics, man. Those are definite classics. But yeah, you have great taste in movies, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes. But for the stunt coordinating for the channel, you worked with Tyler Galpin here. How was it working with him? He's done Jack Reacher, a little bit of Cobra Kai, The Highwaymen. How was it working with him?
Tyler's a badass. He comes from the stunt coordinator that gave me my start. Jeff Galpin is his father. So he comes from a thick pedigree of amazing stunt people. And this was one of his first coordinating gigs. But he assistant coordinated a bunch. And this was, he came in and did second unit directing and absolutely crushed it. Fantastic filmmaker in his own right. So he's a hot shot, and he did a great job.
Nice. Yeah, he definitely did. Because I'm gonna just go pop off right now. The channel is intense, man. It is intense, and it's my kind of intense because it's edge of your seat suspense intense. I know I can't talk spoilers here, darn it, but
you know, give some hints.
Get a little bit of hints. The opening action set piece. What was that inspired by? Before we even get to probably one of the best heist action shootout set pieces I've seen in years. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised when people watch the channel, which I highly recommend that you do. I wouldn't be surprised if people were like, dude, that gave Heat a run for its money. Or some people may say it's actually better than Heat.
That's a bold statement, but I appreciate it.
I'm just saying.
I'm super happy with our gun battle, but I mean, Heat is Heat.
Yeah. But that opening action sequence,
I think the opening action,
the perspective.
Yeah,
it was a nightmare. And it was a literal nightmare for the character. Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was super challenging. It was done after principal photography in a micro budget situation. And so we basically had 3 stuntmen playing the parts of about 15 guys. So our lead character would come through, he'd, dump 1 or 2. And then as soon as it's all first person shooter perspective. So once he pushes on, that character, that stuntman who had just gone down, was leaping up and sprinting to get to his next mark as we tried to do as much of a wonder as we could.
Beautiful. No, that's how you do it. You work with what you got.
Yeah, 100%.
And you guys did such a good job. Shout out to all the filmmakers and stuntmen to help make the channel happen. You did such a great job that I didn't even notice that there were just the same 3 guys basically playing more than one role. But see, when it's flawless and shot well and edited well, hey, it's a thing of beauty. But yeah, all you Call of Duty fans out there, you're gonna love.
Get a little wink there.
Yeah, you're gonna love the opening action set piece of the channel. But man, right off the bat, the heist sequence, man, that was intense. Shotgun blasting, explosions, chases. I mean, just really, and I love how it kept going. Just when you thought, okay, now it's going to end now, it kept going, and you're like, holy shit. You can curse here. This channel's all about badassity. You can curse here. You beat yourself, William.
Done.
Yeah. Was that difficult putting together?
It was difficult. It was difficult. But when you have a cast and a crew that are this dialed in to all on the same team, aiming the same direction.
Yeah.
Our actors had a really intensive training camp with our TAC advisor, Scott Phillips, a former Navy SEAL, good friend of mine. So a lot of the choreography, we do a lot of, small unit tactic stuff of these guys as they ranger peel and out of this, attacking the ambush and all the stuff that they do in this shootout they have. And them bringing that to the table once we were on the day, there was no teaching an actor how to change magazines with his gun. There was no teaching. They had already learned all that. So that really helped us move really fast. We talked about Heat. Heat had something like 6 weeks to film the gun battle of the parking lot, which is a masterpiece. And
yes.
And we had 5 days. So
no way. Get out of here.
So
you filmed that awesome, intense opening in 5 days, the heist scene? Wow. That's amazing. So again, you're the crew that you work with, keep working with them. That was phenomenal. 5 days. Wow, that's amazing. And shout out to your lead actors, Mr. Crawford, Max Martini, the characters of Jamie and Mick. They did a phenomenal job. Shout out to them as well. Just so good.
Playing Crawford, Max Martini, that's about as good as it gets to have as your leads. And and as I said, they also are legit filmmakers themselves. Yes. So they're coming from being award-winning directors and writers and producers themselves. So to have people like that I could collaborate with and just elevate the material and they just support me, it was as good as it gets.
Oh yeah. And Max been in some films that I'm huge fans of, 13 hours, got the Pacific Rim poster over here, shout out to Max. Yeah. But yeah, they were great. Both of the lead actors' performances were perfect. And they both
How about the supporting cast? How about people
Todd,
Julian Joyner, and
shout out to Todd Jenkins too.
Todd Jenkins.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had a mad, wickedly talented cast, and most of them were local, like Julian and Nicoy Banks, who plays our badass FBI agent, and his partners,
he was
Ed
great.
Spila, which you would have seen from Daylight's End.
Yes.
And Jaron Mitchell, who's in everything here. The Purge TV show, he's in everything. So just a fantastic cast.
The whole ensemble killed it. Everybody killed it. Yeah, I enjoyed the character of Stitches too, by the way.
Oh yeah, Stitches Michael. He's a dangerous man.
Yeah, don't mess.
Sweet dude.
You don't want to mess with Stitches now. You don't want to
mess with Nussie Waynes, who is played by Lucky Johnson. I call him Lucky knows I call him the mayor. Because in New Orleans, everyone knows who Lucky Johnson is. So he's nice. A mad talented actor.
Nice. Yeah. The whole ensemble, everybody killed it, did a great job. But our two leads, I'm going back to what I was trying to say earlier, is they had great chemistry, but it's something that not that many people mention. And I'm taking credit. I'm mentioning it here, right? Dark chemistry. Yes, I said it here first, William. You could use it anywhere.
Yes,
dark chemistry.
They are the bad boys.
Oh yeah, yes.
But they're first and foremost, as I said, they're badass actors. But they also brought to the table a 20-year love and friendship for each other that is like brothers. You go out with them, you're hanging out with two crazy bad teenagers. They're the best. And so it makes it as difficult as this is. It makes it so much fun, to work together.
Oh yeah, they killed it. I love the dark chemistry. It's all, you could feel the danger and the tension between brothers. Like you could feel it. Like you're like, okay, they care about each other, but anything could go wrong at any moment.
You're waiting for the next thing to go wrong.
Yeah, I think Mick is my favorite character out of the whole movie. I mean, you got Jamie. Jamie's a badass with a heart of gold, but Mick is just relentless, man. Like that.
He's the badass with the black heart of gold.
Yes, he just screams and oozes danger. Like do not mess with Mick, man. Yes, and I have to ask you this, since I consider you one of the best action movie directors going today. What's some of your recent favorite action movies that have come out recently, past couple of years?
I mean, Hargrove, I'm a huge fan of the extraction shows. They're awesome. Anything coming out of the 8711 camp.
Oh yeah.
The John Wick material is I mean, if you're just a diehard action fan, I mean, I came up again. I mean, I'm going to age myself, but the stuff I really responded to is like films like Collateral.
That was so good.
Romance is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right.
So anyway.
Yeah. I just wanted to get your take on the most recent stuff, because as much as we love and we have ridiculous amount of respect for 8711 crew, I've seen comments, William, of people saying, I don't know. I think, in my opinion, Kaufman was the one that kind of started with the tactical style of shooting action set pieces, kind of before, the Wick films got popular for it. And I thought about that and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to argue against that, because I have three favorite, action movie directors: Isaac Florentine, right? And Jesse V. Johnson, who I've had a huge honor of having them on the channel.
I love Jesse. Yeah. He's a madly talented director.
Yes. And I always put you as like the three, you and them together as like the holy trinity.
I'm happy for that company. That's great.
Yes. And Isaac Florentine, he's got the martial arts stuff down, right? Jesse V. Johnson does a little bit of martial arts, a little bit of action, but I've always put you above the other two. I love the other two. They're legends, but I always put you above the other two when it came to the tactical action, shootout action set pieces. They're so good. Something feels very realistic and visceral about how you shoot and put together these tactical action shootout set pieces. Did Max, did he have any input for some of his scenes?
All the actors are going to have ideas for sure.
Yeah.
They were really supportive of the script and of the creative, the blocking. I mean, Max, I was on with him earlier and he was like, the good thing about it is, we know Will's the gun guy. He's going to handle the action. Yeah. So they kind of let that go. And they also knew that I trust them. I think what is important as a director is casting. And so Max has, years of The Unit, right? The TV show The Unit, where he's playing a CAD guy, and then he has 13 hours. He's got a ton of that kind of stuff. So he's a legit, gun guy. I mean, he looks great behind a gun.
Oh, and
so of course he brings ideas, and but also they'll see that I bring people like my TAC advisor Scott Phillips on, and they can have confidence that he's going to make sure Will doesn't do anything dumb. So, and Scott loves me. And I said, man, I'd much rather you call me out and embarrass me now in front of you than in the entire world.
Yeah.
So,
safety first. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is I'm not going to argue against that. When people say, I don't know, I think Mr. William Kaufman kind of kicked off, filming tactical action shootout set pieces first before it got popular. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know if you knew that.
I'll tell you, I love the John Wick.
Yeah.
But Baba Yaga was in Sinners and Saints, about 6-7 years before Baba Yaga showed up in John Wick. So, but
there you go.
Those guys are the bomb.
Oh yeah. We love them too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because as much as we love the John Wick universe, and especially the fourth film, they just, at this point, you could say they went full action fantasy at this point. And if they go all in, that they're going all in, that's what they're going for. I'm like, okay, I'll accept it. But, and I love the movie, and it's hugely successful, and they're making another one. But the John Wick Chapter 4 movie is kind of getting a lot of criticism now from Die Hard. I don't know if you've seen the Oliver Stone interview.
I haven't, but I mean, I don't think filmmakers have any business critiquing other filmmakers.
Well, there you go. That's interesting.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, but he have our own opinions. He was offended by the action being so unrealistic because he was like a war veteran and stuff like that. But I've heard, I know. To each his own.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it like I was in the Army 100 years ago. That was peacetime Army. That's not the same thing as what our current troops have dealt with,
right,
in the war on terror.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all that gave me was a healthy respect for the love of my country and to know to lean on people that really know what's legit.
Copy that.
So I think if it's everyone does their own thing. I mean, John Woo is badass. I can't do what he does. It's not my thing.
Right.
And John Wick basically said to the world, "Now this is an action movie, and we dare you to try it."
Yeah.
And
Try to top this.
Yeah, it kind of it set a new bar for the way the genre is looked at. And my head doesn't work that way. I don't. That's nothing I could. I have my own thing, and I love what I do. But I can respect that all day long.
Yeah, but I love that you're different, though. You know, you get different flavors and with different directors and creators. You know what I mean? But the only reason I'm bringing that up is because, you know, there's some people who are like, well, this is too unrealistic. I can't enjoy it. Blah, 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 blah. And you never feel like the characters are in any real danger. And I'm like, that's interesting. You know, that's their opinion. That's fine. The only reason I'm bringing this up, William, is because the characters in the channel, I've literally felt like they were in danger. And you don't really see a lot of that.
That's the goal.
A lot of recent modern day action movies, as much as they're fun, they're popcorn fun, and I enjoy them when they're done right. You don't really feel like the leads are in danger. That is not the case with the leads in the channel.
Yeah,
anybody could go at any moment.
I think everyone, and
I love it. I love that about the movie.
And I think it takes me back to Private Ryan. In Private Ryan, you knew every time a gunshot went off, there was going to be a gunfight.
Yeah,
someone was going to die.
Oh yeah,
you know. And I mean, I think if people who have experienced any kind of that of the violent world, and I saw some stuff in South Africa that definitely opened my eyes. I think that you have a healthy respect that if you're going to portray violence, for my thing, I want it to be scary and ugly.
Yeah.
So I want it to be something that has stakes when violence starts.
Yes. Yes. No. That's why. And
at the same time, I love the John Woo of the world, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big John Woo fan. Love Hard Boiled. Love The Killer. I love that stuff. But again, going back to what, you know, me and other fans of your work, we appreciate the realism and the stakes. Because a lot of recent action films, even especially a lot of the superhero big budget movies, people are like, there's no stakes anymore. You don't really care. You know, they're going to come out, you know, on the good on, you know, on the end part, you know what I mean? But stakes are important, and you're going to get that feeling when you guys watch the channel. Okay. I was just like, oh, well,
I want you to record that for my voicemails, just the way you say the channel. It's almost as good as Max saying, bro.
Bro. Love it. I love Max. Well, Max was in Saving Private Ryan, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of probably his kickoff to anyone in Hollywood who want to do a military movie to beg Max Martini to come jump on.
Well, you have my permission, sure, to take any voice or any part of this video and use as you
Sounds
please.
Great.
But you said it took overall a couple of months to film the channel.
Yeah.
Was there any crazy difficulties that kind of had you like, all right, we got to redo this? Any close calls?
No, I mean, we had no like safety issues. I would say I've done a lot of this, and we had a team that we were very conscious of the dangers of doing the gunfights.
Yeah.
I would say our challenges were more logistical and the challenges of doing a gunfight in a neighborhood. Like you live in a neighborhood, whoever lives in, nobody wants to have machine guns going off all night.
Right.
And so we definitely pissed off some of my neighbors. And I definitely don't go to the local bar and tell people I'm a filmmaker.
Right.
And have them point to me, go, holy shit, are you that guy that was blowing up the neighborhood last fall? But that was, we had a lot of frustration, understandably, you know?
Yeah.
New Orleans has, you know, movies here all the time. And so it can be frustrating when you come home and your entire street has been called a no parking zone. And so you don't have off-street parking. It's like living in Brooklyn. So trying to find a place to put your car and walk a block to work and stuff is a pain in the ass. So I think those were the challenging things, but the New Orleans film community are top notch, and they really came out and to bat and fought hard for us. So
Nice.
we're excited. This next week is our premiere, so we're getting to show it to our crew and cast, and all of our leads have come in, and everyone's going to be here. It's going to be a good night.
Oh, nice. Well, hey, Samurai Guy really, really enjoyed the movie a lot. So if I enjoyed the movie, I'm sure everybody who made the movie is going to lose their mind when they see it. And congratulations on the premiere and getting the movie finished and out there. You know, I've had several directors on the channel before, and a few of them have said that every movie that has been made ever has always been a miracle. It's always been a miracle that every movie gets made and comes out and released, because it's a difficult process. But you have the passion.
Yeah, we were told it was impossible, that we couldn't do it here. But you know what? From the get-go, from being the guy without a silver spoon in his mouth and without any contacts to Hollywood, trying to make our first movie, we were told it was impossible. So
there you go.
We like people underestimating us, and
there it is. So yeah, William said, "Ooh, challenge." Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, going back to the word passion. Hey, you have the passion. Your team and crew has the passion. You guys got it done, and now the whole world can see and experience the channel when it comes out. Do you know when it's coming out on Blu-ray and digitally and all that stuff?
Yes, so we're doing a little theatrical run. It releases limited theatrical, which is like 20 cities, and then it's at the same time it's releasing on all the streaming platforms on July 14th.
There you go, guys.
So I don't know the release of the Blu-ray. I just know this so far. So
nice.
You're gonna want to watch this movie.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to watch it. Are you filming any other films in New Orleans in the future?
I am, and I'll have to have I'll have to get on a call with you again in the future.
Okay.
But we're working on something right now here in the city.
Yes. Well, I'm already excited for Shrapnel. I can't wait to see that one. I saw the trailer for Shrapnel, and I'm like, I'm sold. Yeah, I'm sold.
Right.
I'll be there for sure. But
we'll definitely have a talk. We're Jason Patrick and Cam Dante. It was a blast.
Nice. Yeah, come on back to the channel, man. Bring Jason with you. We'll have some fun talking some Shrapnel whenever that comes out. And I'm excited for that. But yeah, I really want to talk more about the movie, but I can't talk spoilers. But I'll say this. Cinematography, movie looks beautiful, man. Looks great.
Thank you.
I love the soundtrack.
Mark Rutledge, my DP.
There you go. Shout out to him for sure. Just a fantastic job. And the music was great. Love the soundtrack.
John Room, my composer.
There you go. Shout out to him too. But man, I've been saying this a lot more recently. The more guests I have, and the more movies I watch, more action films I watch, how important sound design is. And man, because I've seen some really great martial art fight sequences, and then the sound it just doesn't work. Every punch and kick that looks hard on screen sounds it just doesn't. The sound's just off. It just the impact of it just lessens. And especially with some action sequences where there's a lot of intense gunfire shootouts, but the sound design just doesn't have that punch. I think the channel's got the punch, the kick, the elbow, and the knee, son.
100%. Body slams and iron claws, the whole 9 yards. I mean, my designer is sound designer is just the maestro, Johnny Marshall, and he out of Dallas, and he crushed it. And if you're a filmmaker, you're a blessed individual if you get to work with him.
Yes, yeah. So I always champion that now. I've been saying that a lot more recently. Because I'm always like, oh my God, the fight choreography is amazing. I'm always like, that's the first thing I talk about. But now I'm like, dude, the sound design is just it is so important and integral to make the scene work. And again, cinematography, music, sound design, the actors' performances, the editing, and most importantly, the pacing works perfectly for the channel. Not once I was bored. Not once I was looking at my phone. You like that Friday the 13th there? Got represented.
Nice.
Yeah, not once. I was on the edge of my seat. Really enjoyed it. It's been a long time, William. I've seen a heist film this action-packed, this intense. You felt the danger. No one was safe. Anyone could go at any moment. And we need more action thrillers like The Channel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank
Was
you
there
so
anything
much.
else? I'd love to keep talking, but we can't talk spoilers.
No, I just I want people to go out and watch it, and you're gonna have a great time.
Oh yeah, yeah. You will enjoy it. Trust me. You trust me. I know you do. Everybody watching
I do
right now.
for sure.
There you go, William. A huge honor right there. William Trust's Preston Samurai Guy. Oh yeah. So stay tuned. Watch it. I'll leave some more information in the description box below for the release dates and all that stuff. So watch it. See it in the theater if you can. If not, buy the Blu-ray or check it out digitally. Spread the word. All right. If you guys want that old school, real action, intense style and vibe, if you're craving that, if you're missing that, of all the big budget action movies out there, the AAA ones, they're just not doing it for you. Hey, you got to watch the channel. That's right. Why? Because it scratches the action itch, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, hey, William, thank you so much. This is your second home now, brother. That's
Thank
right.
you, Preston.
Yeah, second
I
home.
appreciate it.
Always welcome back, my friend. Next time, we're going to do it my way. We'll do it my way. So we're going to have
Sounds
some more
good.
fun. We'll do it live. That way your fans could show up and say hello to you. And we'll have some more fun in the future. But
Sounds
this is
perfect.
a huge honor just doing it like this, brother. And I'm looking forward to Shrapnel and all the good, awesome stuff you got coming out in the future. And maybe you can, off the air here, you can tell me some projects that I'll make sure to, I won't spread the word. It'll be between us. But yeah, William, don't go anywhere. But all you guys, check the link in the description box below, baby. Follow William, follow his filmmaking journey. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a fun ride. Take care, guys.